the requirement from time to time actually keeps differing, because what's excellence today turns out to be mediocrity tomorrow, because the bar of excellence keeps changing. It doesn't remain the same.
And more number of startups have to be curated, and we have to make sure that through our mentoring they have to be successful.
Shri Anish Chawla ji, Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers, Government of India. Dr. Sir, Director, NIPER Hyderabad, Professor Shailendra Saraf Sir, Registrar, NIPER Hyderabad. Now, I would like to request Professor Shailendra Saraf Sir to please felicitate our Chief Guest, Shri Anish Chawla ji and Dr. Satyanarayan Chawla ji with their token of appreciation. Dr. Satyanarayan Chawla ji, and declare the 11th convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Professor Shailendra Saraf Sir to present the annual report of NIPER Hyderabad.
On this auspicious occasion of 11th convocation of NIPER Hyderabad. On this very auspicious day, I welcome you all again at NIPER Hyderabad. Sir, with the kind support, guidance, encouragement, and from the Department of Pharmaceutical, NIPER Hyderabad has been making, and I am happy to share that the institute is ranked 1 in 2023. In past 1 year, मैं पुनः आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.
What?
Journey of a student, the biggest day is when they join the course, when they receive the degree in the convocation. I will also help the nation in a big way. And at this juncture, I wish all of you a great future ahead of you and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Director NIPER Hyderabad, Professor Shailendra Saraf Sir to please administer exhortation for the event.
I call upon you to administer the exhortation to the recipients.
Thank you, sir. Neglect should be given with modesty and should be given with sympathy. You shall take all this as the guiding philosophy of your life.
I admit you to your respective degrees, and I charge you that ever in your thought and action you prove yourself worthy of the honor conferred on you.
Professor Srinivas Nanduri, Dean NIPER Hyderabad, will present the list of candidates who will be admitted to their degrees in absentia.
Anika Sood, she is receiving her degree in the PhD in the area of pharmacology. Sai Nagajyoti, she is receiving the degree in the area of pharmaceutics. Shiva Nageshwarrao Gajula, he is receiving his PhD degree in the area of pharmaceutical analysis. And Jiaur Rahman, he is receiving PhD degree in the area of pharmacology. Then I read out the names of the master's students. Harsh Dwivedi, he is receiving the degree in the area of medicinal chemistry. Sulai MR, she is receiving the degree medicinal chemistry area. And Padmashri Naren, she is receiving the degree in the area of pharmacology and toxicology. Harichandar Reddy, so he is receiving the degree in the area of regulatory toxicology. Rachana Yadav, he is receiving the degree in the area of regulatory toxicology. Supriya Behera, she is receiving the degree in the area of regulatory toxicology.
As the Chairman, Board of Governors, NIPER Hyderabad, I admit the candidates whose names are set out in the list to the respective degrees in absentia.
Medal distribution ceremony. I request today's chief guest, Shri Anish Chawla ji, to confer medal to the meritorious recipients. I also request Professor Srinivas Nanduri, Dean NIPER Hyderabad, to read out the name of the recipients of medals.
In the area of pharmaceutical analysis, Talari Sesikala. Pujita Pinjale, she is receiving her master's degree in pharmacology and toxicology. Miss Momin Alfia, she is receiving the degree in the area of regulatory toxicology. Mr. Naitik Jain, he is receiving the degree in the area of pharmaceutics. Miss Damare Rutuja in the area of natural products. Miss Kritinga Devi, she is receiving the gold medal in the area of regulatory affairs. Miss Karina Sinha, she is receiving her MTech degree in the pharmaceutical technology process chemistry. Miss Mansi Srivastava, she is receiving her gold medal in pharmaceutical management. Miss Adhav Snehal, she is receiving her gold medal in the area of medical devices.
Today's chief guest, Shri Anish Chawla ji, Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, to kindly deliver the convocation address.
And address this distinguished gathering. Many special congratulations to all those who excelled and won the medals. As graduates of NIPER, you are well equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to meet these challenges to the pharmaceutical industry and to the growth of healthcare sector in India as a whole. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Professor Srinivas Nanduri, Dean NIPER Hyderabad, to read out the name of the recipients of PhD degree.
Announcing the names of the successful PhD graduates of the year 2023. The first one is Miss Mekal Priyanka Nirapada in the area of medicinal chemistry. Mr. P. Ramulu in the area of medicinal chemistry. Mr. Pawar Gaurav Bhagwan in the area of medicinal chemistry. Miss Omni Ojisvita in the area.
Request Registrar NIPER Hyderabad to call out the name of the recipients of MS, MTech, MBA degree graduate from 2021 to 2023 batch. Now I request Dr. Satyanarayan Chabaji to declare the 11th convocation closed.
And give them a big hand.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.
I'm going almost 5 years now. I hope that she would be successful in her venture here. We are also looking at partnering with Vinuta and trying to create some sort of program. So as an organization, as Narwal, we are very happy to be associated with her, and all the best to Vinuta for her future endeavors.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.
This is Murli Krishna Gunturu. I'm a principal at Inflexor Ventures. I have known Vinita for the past 15 years now. But I'm glad that it's finally coming to fruition today. I wish her all the best on the launch of the funding office. I think funding office is a great working with various kind of organizations, whether it is funds, incubators, accelerators, and in ecosystem will greatly help entrepreneurs who are budding right now and wanting to do something. I know that, and also put in place initiative.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.
Hi, I'm Neerja. I'm Director and Head of Operations for HICIA, one of the oldest IT and ITS industry association of the state. Very happy to be part of this event today, and congratulations to Vinita, who has been a staunch supporter of the product ecosystem in Hyderabad for a very long time. She has been partnering with HICIA for our annual product award time, and I wish her best for this new endeavor. Congratulations to Vinita.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.
By Vinuta Ralapalli. On this day of housewarming, we would hope, and I'm not having any hesitation to say, that the funding office will do the great job of bringing funders and founders together and enable them with that much lacking preparedness when they do these meetings and finalize their deals. All the best, Vinuta and the funding office.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.
Telangana ecosystem that we have here, setting up this startup ecosystem. What do we do? So, right from inception, startup has all of the techies, they don't understand the compliances or the accounting side of things. They're as scared of it as I'm scared of deep technology. So I totally get it, right? So how do we hold their hand right from incorporation all the way to say their audits? So that is one step. Of course, we are there with them, helping them out with all of their regular compliances, ensuring that there are no major compliance issues. The second thing is the financial analysis and modeling and valuation again. The third part, which is where, that's why when people were asking is funding office investment bank, it was very difficult because it's just one of the things that we are doing. And pitch perfection and negotiation. We are there on the table with them while they are doing their term sheet negotiation. So for incubators, while I was working on this thought process for startups, I have had an opportunity during my time in T-Hub to build this program for incubators. Of this SISFS funding now. So these are the broad areas in which we are planning to work. So this was basically to set the tone and launch this officially.
So really, we've been ideating on this for probably a couple of years. It's taken shape, and I'm really proud of this journey and very happy to be
Focused on tech, right? And they're focused on the product that they're building. Vinita's experience as a chartered accountant with startups over the last 10 years helpful for them.
And I'm super confident actually that the funding office, with all those right reasons that you just explained, and also the ecosystem, I'm sure, which is supporting the funding office, I'm super confident that it will scale to greater heights. And I wish and I hope.
Let's do it. I think we all need to pitch in. And thanks for calling me.
It's a startup, right? It's going to have ups and downs. It's not going to be a straight path. A lot of the startups that we have need your help. You've got the support of everybody in this room. Say something about who you've been in the ecosystem too.
So we are only partnering with a few SaaS product-based organizations, and we are developing a wireless charging solution for them. So it's a pure product-based organization. We are located in Hyderabad, in Kondapur. Yeah, we started last year.
Starting something, I had to be part of it, whatever we are doing together, right? So both of them are amazing individuals in terms of how they have actually built their startup.
I think it's a really very good opportunity for all the startups. So we are a pure IT service company. So basically we work mostly in Pega. It's a BPM product, and
basically I have put a basic version on ChatGPT. So basically it's your virtual venture capitalist with whom you can practice pitching.
First, I remember the line today, it's like, you'll never get what you want. So we always wanted these 3 letters to be there to protect us. So hope this will be a great dream for our from last 3-4 years, 3 years, I think so. And we've been discussing this, and I think this is time for you.
A lot of startup founders would align with the point that they'd love to be surrounded with the people who discuss a lot of ideas and visions and what's happening around in the ecosystem. So Vinita is front seat of such people.
When I started my startup, I had already 25 years of global sales experience. I worked with multinational companies like SAP and all of that. So as a founder, we believe in our ideas so much. I really hope many of the people come and share from your experience, learn from your experience, and you can also contribute to their success.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
I've been working with the Hyderabad startup ecosystem for over a decade now. Over the years, I've worked across ecosystem development and investments. And it always concerned me that there was no easier way that investors and startups meet, or startups are more well prepared for an investor meeting. And over the last 2 years, I've worked on this idea while I was doing my other roles. I have worked deeply services for an early stage startup, right from their compliances to their audits. We would be doing the entire gamut of compliance mastery, as we call it. And on the second part, which is basically where my expertise lies, is how much does a startup raise, and where do they raise it from, and how long should they look for a runway. These are questions that every startup needs to answer to be able to figure out what is the right capital structure that they should go for. These are the questions that I wanted to give support to my startups here in Hyderabad. That is where the financial wizardry, or the second part, which is advisory bit, comes in. And the third part is actually making these connects. Every investor has his or her own thesis with which they invest. So there's a lot of resentment from the startup side that the investors are not investing in them. But from the investors' side, of course, they are taking money from other LPs and they have their own obligations. So how do we navigate this world, make them speak each other's language in a more comfortable way. That is the endeavor the funding office has started with. Of course, along the way, I have found other opportunities to work with incubators. I've observed that there are a lot of gaps even in the incubators. For example, a lot of tech incubators do not have the bandwidth with respect to supporting their entrepreneurs on the funding side of things. So that is where we will augment, or we will support them, their portfolio in more detail, help them reach the right investors. Apart from this, we do complete programs. The investment readiness program is something that we've developed in-house, and we could deliver that to you too. Apart from this, there are a lot of seed funds that are available with various incubators whose management is a challenge in itself, right? From sourcing the correct startups or innovators to fund, to finally actually managing the portfolio. So there's again a huge gamut of services that we can support incubators with. Of course, and the third bit is our funds or investors or corporates. A lot of investors have a little bit of your sourcing partners. And even with respect to portfolio management, the smaller funds do not have a full-fledged team to do portfolio management. So there are bits that we can come in and support you while you are, out there investing into the startups. So these are some of the areas that we are going to work deeply in. We will, of course, be entirely focused on startups to begin with. So the Hyderabad ecosystem, though we have done some massive strides with respect to how we built the infrastructure, look at the place that I'm currently standing in. T-Hub has been an amazing place for startups. While we are doing extremely well with respect to the infrastructure, very well with respect to the talent pool availability, to some extent with respect to how much to raise, fees that we definitely are very keen about.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
We have several of the platforms which we start with different products. Say, for example, Neo Health, which is the platform for the retail clients to look into the different policies, customize the policies, and take the policy. Obviously, it will help the clients to have a better policy structure, also have a claim intimation in the platform. We have a wellness platform inbuilt into the Neo Health.
One page is all about helping salespeople prepare for meetings faster. This is a 4-year-old company. We have a couple of patents in India and US, and the full idea is salespeople usually meet a lot of strangers every day, and they have to prepare for these meetings, back-to-back meetings. So it takes around 30 minutes for preparation of every sales meeting. Our goal is to reduce the 30 minutes to 5 minutes.
The problem we solve is we help folks create content, basically globalize, localize and personalize all their content, including video and audio. So you can take, reduce the painstaking work of, let's say, taking a long form video. It could be a 1-hour webinar, and distilling it down to short form bites that's consumable across any language and targeting any demographic. So that's how we leverage AI.
Actually, everyone uses a computer across the whole world. People use computers, and the slouching is a really big problem across the whole world. And also, this is the problem I experienced myself during the pandemic. Because of that, I developed a Straighten Up AI, which is a web screen. There is a QR code you can see, and it's available to use. So this is my project. I hope you enjoyed and maybe try this out yourself. I highly recommend this.
Nexus is a cognitive platform for document intelligence and text analytics. It basically is a platform to monitor, extract, classify, validate and reconcile data from multiple different document sources. And it is a combination of our contextual AI and the power of large language models, which are model centric. So we bring both these models together to make the output more accurate and adopt our product, because we provide assured guarantee to the results that our models generate, so that there is provides a flags where human review is required.
Chip Web Technologies is a design company. We provide all design hardware and software design solutions like electronic product design, PCB design, embedded system design, VLSI design services, based solutions, and mobile app development solutions, website development, search engine optimization.
Bigger question is how to identify all those breaches. The new cyber attacks are happening globally.
we at Securetech are using AI and ML technologies to identify all those events, security events which are happening on a regular basis within your entire IT infrastructure, and using AI and ML technology, we are able to identify all those events within your infrastructure, and this will create a attack chain within your infrastructure, and we are able to identify all those attacks, and in a real time we can share these attack as an incident to our customer to automatically respond to those attacks as well. And this AI and ML technology we are using to identify all those hidden parameters within your infrastructure.
It is primarily working on imaging the breast cancer on pathology images. It is called histology grading. Okay, we are looking around the intake with especially helping in AI safety, public health, public security is improved across the industry, including banking, finance, healthcare. A lot of innovation, AI innovation happened in India. We are creating smarter roads with the help of AI. We are leveraging the power of AI to create smarter road infra management system, road predictive maintenance and analytics through our web app and mobile app. So what you have to do is, you have to simply use our road vision mobile app, mount it on a camera, move to point A to B and do the inspection. So usually this inspection used to take around 3 days for 1 kilometer of road with respect to Indian Road Congress, but now we can speed this process and can complete this entire inspection in just 1 day for a 200 kilometer stretch. This will be done with the help of AI. So first you need to mount this app on your mobile and move to point A to B, and then you simply use this, upload the video, and you will get insights, AI generated reports, budget for the governments and entities who are related, digital twins and a lot of AI models coming, such that we can create safer and smarter.
So basically, fake news is a big problem in today's time. So that is one problem that we're actually providing a solution for. Our founder, Mr. Shrey, inspired by the Make in India program, and we started off with Newsera in 2019. In 2022 November, we launched the application. So it's an AI verified news application basically. These are the kind of talent people that you'll find in our office.
Language barriers and celebrating the language diversity, cultural diversity of India. So how it works is, on GeoMeet, which is video conference solution, we are helping a teacher and a student to teach and learn in their native languages.
So we want to be giving this to elderly or maybe the person who is very curious about their health and want to track every time, which will be dipped in the urine. This bottom part will be dipped in the urine. As this is a dry chemistry, when it's come into contact with urine, there will be some color changes, your health issues. If any parameter is going out of my home, it's little dark. At some other place, it will be some other color, and identify it and give the more accurate result to the users.
We are primarily focusing into healthcare, which is covering all three ecosystem, payers, providers, and across the pharmaceutical. How we can enable them in the digitization platform, and what is the way to improve the patient outcome, patient journey. Like for example, with the latest technology, digitization and AI enabled technology, the kind of data volume we are getting from the digitization of the technology, it covering all the audience, genders and everything. So from that perspective, yes, and the ecosystem is growing up, and we see there's a huge potential, and the way the government is promoting these, I would say that India will be leading from front on the AI digitization and moving forward, going forward.
In India, if you see, we have a lot of different languages, mother tongue, like we have as Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi. And you know, in India, 90% of people are not good at English in terms of reading, writing and understanding. But 90% of all of the content that are available on the general medium, like, you know, you're reading a newspaper, or you're doing web browsing, or you're getting a bill, or you're reading any document, all are available in English. So we have developed this web browser. So with the help of our web browser, you can read any content in your language. If you are stuck at any particular word, you tap on that word, you will get a visual meaning. So this is the entire concept.
So NetWeb is a 25-year-old company, and we are basically solutions, and we make AI infrastructure solutions. We are into solutions like supercomputing, delivering AI to our customers, starting from the workstation till your high-end
13 different types of paste, 20 different types of crop disease. So our solution is based on WhatsApp.
At Labs, we are trying to reduce the food wastage at the farmer and the mandi end. So a lot of food comes in, a lot of fruits and vegetables, they come to the mandis, and based on certain parameters, they get graded and sorted. And the remaining produce is either thrown out, or it's sold off to at a very low cost. And in the current market situation, what is happening is labor actually sees and observes the fruit visually, and then quality assaying is done based on some parameters. But now this thing introduces a lot of bias, because this is a perspective based analysis.
So we are building a digital platform to understand documents and extract information out of that. The big problem that corporates and governments deal with is to deal with documents. They get a lot of information in the documents. 60% of the enterprise data lies in the documents, and there is no intelligence on those documents. So what we are building is a platform which can understand these documents and extract meaningful information out of that.
What usually would take 3 days for a radiology center to read, come back with the report, will just be done in 30 seconds. So, a patient can be treated within, the treatment can start on the same day. So that's how it's reducing the turnaround time to treatment. And by starting the treatment on the same day, what happens is the communicable disease.
Sure. So over the past 2 years, we've been building out the product in public. We've grown from 0 to about 8 lakh users all across the world. 195 countries out of 196 countries have tried, never installed. And we've done this without spending $1 of marketing money.
We started our journey in the May 2022 last year, where we have built up a technology to assess the security vulnerabilities of the AI systems. And now we have built up a technology also to solve the security issues across any kind of a model, any kind of applications that you are building.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
AI Technos is a leading IT company with more than 4 years of experience in IT solutions. We are providing artificial intelligence based chatbots which are integrated in more than 100 plus websites in pharmaceutical companies, which help in pharmaceutical companies to get good question and answers for their customers regarding the products and the medicines they are searching. If anyone wants to search the product in the night websites, it is very helpful for the person, and no need to hire some person to contact the customer. Through automated system, it is very convenient to the customer also. And we are providing SEO, digital marketing, Facebook ad campaigns, Instagram ad campaigns, Google ad campaigns, and mobile application development services.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
We are introducing a product name as Vanya. This will be, helping to regenerate the greenery that was, that is being lost for lot on their day-to-day growth, because the conditions of the farmers in India, this is it's not very good. So right now we are helping farmers economically as well by our product. So our product is MRV, which is monitoring, reporting, and verification. In this product, what we are doing is we are onboarding some small group of farmers which are having small area of lands in hectares and square feet. So what we do is we get the GPS coordinates from these farmers and feed these GPS coordinates to the satellite. Satellite in turn provide us the data which is used for calculating the carbon credits. The data that is provided by the satellite is soil organic matter, biomass, wood biomass, and other factors that helps in generating the carbon credits. So carbon credit, if you don't know it, then the carbon credit is if you are buying one carbon credit, that is this carbon credits, and we would be selling this credits to the big companies like Amazon, Intel, C8 Tires, and all, which are consuming a lot of resources of the planet for their business. So they are also in guilt, and they are also doing some CSR activities, NGO activities. Them, the percentage of carbon credit that we are selling, the 60% of that amount would go to the farmers, and we would be getting only 40%. In this 40%, we will be covering our costs, that is a satellite cost, plus our profit. So this is the product overall, and this is the way, a step to help the farmers.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
Actually, these are the current product which is in sales stage. So the name of the product is Wren. It can be a mini ICU which we can keep in ambulances or in like B2C. Any customers can use it, doctors can use it for diagnostic purpose, such things. What it actually does is it does 5 things. It measures 5 things. One is respiratory rate. Along with respiratory rate, the BP, body temperature, oxygen levels, and the main thing is it can give ECG signals. There you might have seen the heavy instruments measuring ECG in hospitals, but this is a very portable device replacing that thing. And this thing, it has been currently in demand in many ambulances and many leading hospitals in India also. So apart from this device, we are integrating the data collecting phase. We are sending the data to cloud, and from the cloud, we are sending the data to AI model. So from there, using AI models, the diagnostic part has been we are detecting the diagnostic part. Soon in future, it might replace a doctor who is diagnosing ECG reports also. So this is our goal currently.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
Together, CAP, through an AI engine that we can build, because 1 billion searches happen every day in terms of health searches on Google. These are generic searches and don't give personalized solution. We are very personalized. It's literally doctor in your pocket. You can ask it anything from as rudimentary as a cold or a cough. We are an application model based on all the foundational models that are built out right now. We've used proprietary LLMs that we have for health. We've built out competition algorithms in the last 1 year to address all health issues, to make it as empathetic and sound like a doctor. It's enabled with voice and video. You can upload any voice note. It's the distribution mechanism is WhatsApp. So you simply type in or upload an image of what is happening to you, or send a voice note, and within a few seconds it responds. So it's 24/7 a doctor in your pocket. Healthcare is very specific to people. Our guardrails are to make it not a doctor. The great thing is we've launched it 3 months back, and we've got about 20,000 users, completely organic. It's available in every language in the world. We have users from 116 countries right now. It's a global product at the end of the day. Anyone can use it. We understand and we truly believe that healthcare should be free. And this is free. It's on WhatsApp, easily accessible throughout the world. That's our plans, to go,
There are close to 8 billion people. We want to reach all 8 billion. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. To your viewers, please use August. It's called meetaugust.ai. It's on WhatsApp. It's really easy to use. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
Our company basically solves the problems of farmer for identification of crop disease as well as pest. So we have built a machine learning model that is trained with more than 86,000 images. On the basis of that, we identify 13 different types of pest, 20 different types of crop disease. So our solution is based on WhatsApp. So any farmer can send us image on WhatsApp. We analyze those images, and on the basis of our services are completely free of cost for agri-tech companies as well as universities, government partners, in which we are signing MOUs with the different agricultural universities as well as bringing pesticides, fertilizer companies at one place, where we are also providing drone spraying services, where we bring different drone owners to our platform, and they can provide their services to the farmer for pesticides spray. So this is what we do in our company, Bhumi AI Solutions Private Limited. So we have a multinational team. Our team members is from USA.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
We are a company based out of Bombay, and we've been active since the last 7 years. We are primarily a research and development team, and we've been focusing on multiple domains in 7 years, and we've been actively researching since the last 4 or 5 years, doing foundational research in most domains. We are a research team. We have been working across the board, and what we identified is that in the defense sector especially, there is a huge dearth of reliable, sustainable AI technologies that we can use and deploy on field practically. So using that as our compass, we've been developing a lot of technologies which are computer vision based and even NLP and audio based to work with our defense arms, our armed forces, our intelligence forces, how they need to deploy. So it's quite a huge problem, and the great thing is that our country has opened up the doors, and they are very accepting in the last couple of years of startups, right, which has made it easier for us to approach officials, government officials and people from the armed forces and present them with stone pelting phase in Kashmir. And it's still a problem because a lot of India has a huge insurgency problem that has, while it has been contained, but it still exists. So along with that, we built a lot of other image and video processing tools that allow us to build a field for bases and for intelligence forces and even for investigative procedures actually. And this can all be run locally without, today's everyone is looking at generative AI, and we are obviously not far from it, right? We are looking at generative AI and how it can be used in multiple fields. There are certain things that we are doing in the defense can be used. So that's an analysis that we show privacy. I think that the people in the AI and the people in the know what we can and cannot do with the data. So it's really scary for us. And the other part where I really think that the country should be looking at especially is generating our own indigenous data. Is very limited compared to the West or even China for that matter. So that is one place where we are sorely lacking. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you guys.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
lot of fruits and vegetables, they come to the mandis, and based on certain parameters, they get graded and sorted, and the remaining produce is either thrown out, or it's sold off to at a very low cost. And in the current market situation, what is happening is uh, labor actually sees and observes the fruit visually, and then quality assaying is done based on some based analysis, and every person has a different view and perspective of a fruit or vegetable. And we are trying to achieve entire grading. We have also added a layer of standard parameters which can be similar across several mandis and wholesalers, retailers, etc. How we have generalized this entire concept is by using state-of-the-art AI. And yes, as I'm speaking about the reduction of food wastage as well, so the same thing happens at our factory, where we also do a couple of testing with lot of material. So after the incorporation of this new technology, stable diffusion, we are able to create synthetic grown and sustain in this industry.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Chip web, PCB design, embedded system design, VLSI design services, and IoT services, 3D enclosure design, artificial intelligence based solutions, and mobile app development solutions, website development, search engine optimization solutions. Like that, we provide services.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
In secure tech, we are trying to solve a problem wherein we have seen that there are dynamic changes in the cybersecurity industry. Secure tech are using AI and ML technologies to identify all those events, security events which are happening on a regular basis within your entire IT infrastructure. And using AI and ML technology, we are able to identify all those events within your infrastructure, and this will create a attacks and within your infrastructure, and we are able to identify all those attacks, and in a real time we can share these attacks we are using to identify all those hidden parameters within your infrastructure. This can which can be a hindrance to identify all those breaches within your infrastructure.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Invenix is a UK founded company with offices in London, India and Canada. So we are a tech focused company, both into products and solution, from the urban users to the people in the rural areas, where AI is rapidly kind of evolving and kind of becoming like the superpower. We feel that the common people of India may be left behind, or it may be too late for them to get used to AI before AI can start coming in the way of their jobs or things like that for the future workforce. So with this in mind, we are trying to solve this problem where we want to create an app, a multilingual app for India, where they can easily use AI, not really bothering about the complexities of how to use it, but using it for both for the fun element, but also for some specific use cases like legal or like looking for funding opportunities from the government and things like that. So with that in mind, we have launched an app, and this app is now available in 4 languages: English, Hindi, Bengali and Marathi, and more languages to come soon.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
the AI accurate? How do you make sure that the AI complies with ethical requirements and the responsible AI requirements? So that is where the data which is being used to train the AI model plays a very vital role. We as a company has been helping the AI teams to collect these data sets. We also provide a platform where the data can be anonymized to take care of the privacy concerns and the sensitive information which needs to be protected. And it also comes with a programmatic data labeling platform that needs to be solved with AI. So that's what we have been doing for AI teams globally.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
We are working towards AI for all, where every domain area we are implementing AI, we are integrating AI without writing even a thing with the programming language in the background, whether it is Python programming, whether it is C programming, whether it is XYZ programming language. So people are working, writing codes and developing the solutions. But what about other domain area students or professionals, like people from agriculture, people from pharmaceutical sciences, people from management, people from marketing, people from law, people from commerce and basic sciences? These are the people who are forming the chunk of our education system, but they are left out from the AI stream with very specific inputs without writing even a single line of code. They can implement the complete AI project and they can do it themselves. Hands-on workshops where they will be working on their domain area, their use cases, their data set, their success. Similarly, they can go for 1 to 6 months of internship and 6 months of online certificate course.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
It is primarily working on imaging diagnostics for breast cancer grading. For any cancer treatment, especially for breast cancer grading, the CAP report is needed, grading report is needed, which is identifying the severity and which is reducing the time frame of. It is a B2B platform which helps hospitals and labs, cancer hospitals, pathology labs, cost and time. So this is our system.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Duke is basically a IoT based company, right? So we are a software as a service. So we are working in real time for operational efficiency. The problems, because you don't have insights on where your key assets are. So we are tackling this problem by providing you a solution where you can get track of all your assets on real time basis. Your assets can be your people, your heavy equipment machinery, your vehicles, or any of high asset value, right? So what we are doing is we are catering to all the industries. So we have been working closely with various FMCG companies, automobile companies, as well as oil and gas sector. So our co-founding team comes from a diverse background. They are all basically from oil and gas, as well as working in some other organizations as well. So we are, as a market, we are targeting targeting India as well as Middle East as of today. So we have already expanded to Middle East. When it comes to market capturing and market, so the market in terms of where in the space which we deal in is growing at a pace of 4 to place when it comes to your operational efficiency. So now coming to what we are expecting, making more digitalization efforts when it comes to your operations, because you have your finance, you have HR and different domains which are covered under your digitalization. But when it comes to operations, there is some lag. So we want to target that and bring digitalization when it comes to your operational, includes digitalization of operation side. Yeah. Our company started off in 2016. So we are around say 7 to 8 years old, and I can proudly say that we have at least created a niche in the market. So doing what we do, we have created very close partnerships with one of the top-notch partnerships with them. So we have become ISVs for all these companies, and they vouch for us. So this is how we have created a mark for ourselves when it comes to being a startup only. We have created a mark for ourselves, and we have built what we are today. Thank you. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
We started in 2019 at the dawn of post the transformer revolution that created GPT, and we help folks create content, basically globalize, localize, and personalize all their content, including video and audio. So you can take reduce the painstaking work of, let's say, taking a long form video. It could be a 1-hour webinar, and distilling it down to short form bites that's consumable across any language and targeting any demographic. So that's how we leverage AI to do that. 12 years, we are growing rapidly, so we intend to double our team in the next year. But we are kind of small, so we are a bootstrap company. It's going to be the most definitive transformation of our lifetime. So we have to be incredibly careful with AI and the benefits and risks it poses. We are all in agreement that the technology, let's say we are doing dubbing on our platform, that can be misused. That can be used to create fake information out there, like disinformation out there. And so general guidance on safeguards around that, I think is beneficial.
Subscribe to MyStartuptv.
We are based out of Bangalore, and we started Never Install about 2.5 years back. The core problem that we wanted to solve was of computing as a utility. So what we are doing is we are reinventing computing in the way that today people pay for their internet or phone bills. We want computing to be a utility where you just pay for the computing usage that you have. And as part of building that, what we are doing is we are putting your entire computer in your browser, and not only are we doing that, and we are making it a lot more intelligent. So operating systems have been sort of isolated sandboxes where applications just do things by themselves. What we are trying to do with our AI Copilot is specifically build the intelligence into the operating system. So imagine something like Windows Copilot, but 100x better, works across every operating system, be it Windows, Android, Linux, and it exists just inside the layer without intruding your workflows, but also assisting in every particular application. So the application developer doesn't need to build the AI capability because our system comes with it. So even if you build any application that is not AI first, just by that software running in our system, it will have the AI capabilities integrated. Over the past 2 years, we've been building out the product in public. We've grown from 0 to about 8 lakh users. All I've done this without spending $1 of marketing money. The next 12 months for us is more about actually doubling down the thesis and the product that we've been building. It's more about getting business customers. It's about expanding to a couple of other geographies, specifically Latin America, Middle East. And in terms of policy, what we are doing on the AI side is coming up with very specific use case persona based features which would help more marginal people leverage who are taking engineering courses or say using any hardware intensive applications. So we are doubling down on that, be it design students or say software engineering students. So that will be a lot more in the next 12 months. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
How safe and secure they are. We are solving this problem, which is going to be the billion-dollar problem going forward. As the AI becomes a trillion-dollar economy, the $1 billion will be spent on 022 last year, where we have built up a technology to assess the security vulnerabilities of the AI systems. And now we have built up a technology also to solve the security issues across any kind of a model, any kind of applications that you are building. For an example, if you are building a computer vision based applications, which is to detect a pedestrian or detect an asset, how it can be secured in runtime. That's what we do. And that means that if you are going also for the Gen AI applications, we also identify the security issues and safeguard technology. We also use the AI in the backend. So it's an AI assisted security assessment of the AI model. And this is essential. Every country is mandating how to have the safe, secure and trustworthy AI. And what we do is that we provide the tools and a means for organizations to ensure that their AI systems are secure. That's what we do. I have a 25-member engineering team, all are based in India, and we have 40+ patents which are there. So the solution which we have made is made in India for the world, and I have options as well. And when we do this customer acquisitions, we will also have to ramp up our team. So we are looking for the talented young Indian engineers who wants to really make a dent in the world, that how we can secure the AI systems, because this is going to be the very big problem, and India has a great talent in the cybersecurity and AI, and this will be the great intersect. CDs, G7 out this particular journey where we have helped the organizations and countries across the world to lay down this policy framework of security of AI. And now going forward, we will see that the fruits where it is mandated, and then our technology is really put into the hands of organization to enforce this particular policies and also have that faith and trust from the customers who wants to adopt the AI. And this 12 months is going to be a very exciting journey, and it's going to be the inflection point for all of us. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartuptv.
India has a huge leaky bucket problem when it comes to women's participation in the workforce. While 50% of Indian graduates are women, their numbers dwindle dramatically as women rise up in their respective careers. So there is a need for organizations to pay more attention to ensure women continue to work. So retention is a focus. And how Sama solves for this is by coming into the space with a data-driven, AI-enabled workforce, where we help organizations figure out why women are dropping off from the workforce and then help them plug those gaps. If you look at just like the opportunity, we are actually catering to 50% of the country's population. A report by UN says that India's economy will triple by 2030 if only we are able to fix the gender gap in the workforce, and that's exactly what we are trying to do. So given that we are just a year into, we see the next year to be the most exciting part of our work. We are looking at investing heavily in machine learning and AI to really build a more robust model that removes any kind of bias when we are having conversations about women in the workforce. So we're going to invest heavily in technology and product, and we have our product roadmap ready for the next year. We are also hoping to build a diverse and inclusive team ourselves, with about onboarding 10 to 12 members in the coming year. Why I'll feel like that the government have done in terms of policy enablement, and if there could be, and I'm not sure whether, if this problem could be solved by a quota, but basically some sort of a policy that puts in equal weight for women. The BRSR data, which top 1,000 companies have to currently declare, helps a little bit because you have to talk about the gender ratio in the organization, but this scope needs to be expanded to all organizations and not just the 1,000 companies that have. Thank you very much.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
One page is all about helping salespeople prepare for meetings. These meetings, back-to-back meeting. Simple meeting starts with getting into LinkedIn profile, then opening your email, searching for that person, opening CRM, searching for that person. It takes around 30 minutes, and most of the times you get distracted by notifications or a new mail or something else. Our goal is to reduce that clutter, get you breaking situations. How can I tell you? People buy from people. Technically, people buy from people, not from companies. How well you connect with that person relates to the business. That's what we help them build a better rapport with relevant data right in their fingertips. And this is 4 years. We want to prep them for every meetings. We have 3,500 companies using our product all across the world. Quite a good amount of companies come from US and Latin America and India. Insights. Our AI generates these insights for what to say, what not to say, what is this kind of person. So for example, is this person a straightforward person? A decisive guy, you should be able to get the financial part of it out quickly and then get to the business. So our goal is to give you that information through our AI so that you have better insights for every meeting. We plan to grow with a new enterprise product that we are launching. We would like to get into an organization and build an AI model within that organization based on the systems and data that they have. So for example, very recently we worked with a company which does financial inclusions. So for example, how much of person this company has given to us? When is the next renewal? You don't have to open another application or another tab for this, but they should be able to do it right inside the application. That's a one-page summary that we do for every meeting. We work with the data that is already out there, not the data that we can generate out of the blue. So whether you have a cat or not. Our goal is to say, are you a person that I should be able to communicate in a better level with the data that is out there in public. So for example, the generative AI that we are talking about figures out what kind of word choice you use in your LinkedIn profile or any other profiles to tell you what kind of person you are. That's the generative AI piece that we are working on. So we don't go beyond privacy levels. We don't want to cross any privacy levels when we are working with other person's data. So that's where we are looking at. So hopefully we'll do a lot more with the generative AI coming stuff. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
We are showcasing a unique product today. We are discussing multilingual video conference solution based on AI, and with this is on GeoMeet, which is video conference solution. We are helping a teacher and a student to teach and learn in their native languages, which means a person speaking in English now can communicate to a student which is learning in Gujarati or Marathi or any of their local languages. And similarly, if the student wants to ask a question in Marathi, it can translate automatically in English to the teacher. So first time we are showcasing a person-to-person multilingual communication over video conference.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
The problem what we are trying to solve is the insurance problem. We are a health and insurtech platform where we are trying to solve the reach of the insurance not just by the in the platform. We have a wellness and we also have a corporate sector platform such as Mio as well as OSIS. OSIS and Mio, these are the platforms for the corporate to either underwrite a particular policy, get the quotes in the live mode, as well as negotiate with the insurers. The Mio is the corporate sales pitch they want to have, what kind of a budgeting do they have, what kind of a benefits do they want. All those are incorporated into the Mio sales. Mio is also a platform where you see variety of a sales representative coming, see the progress of the leads. So that is our query and getting the queries resolved. The entire platform is built for the insurance and healthcare sector, where we offer full stack offers, starting with the insurance sales, insurance processing, claims modification, product building. Product building, we have a product called as products, which will help you to design a particular product based on your needs for your corporates or your insurers. So that's in general. The problem so far we have addressed, as well as we are also present in, we are constantly hiring, especially we have internships starting up to the leadership positions. We keep on hiring from the different institutes, that's one part. We want to invest more into the technical aspect, the data science area. We want to build more and more data scientists. We have more than 50 so far, but down the line we'll have decide to go for the LLM model building in-house. We should have that capacity. Regionally also we are trying to expand out of India. So we will be investing in Middle East as well as Southeast Asia. That's our long-term goal. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
We are a pioneering agriculture for 4 years. What we are trying to build is something where Indian farmers struggle the most. That's like knowledge gap. We have many agriculture institutes, Vigyan Kendra, and everyone producing huge amount of knowledge, but this knowledge never reaches to the farmer because the farmer has literacy and language barrier and a different type of problem like that. Voice-based conversational co-pilot for farmers. Now, this co-pilot in our application that we have built, farmer can select a language, click a button, and they can just have a conversation with that large language model that is built on very specifically on Indian agriculture practices, and which is bilingual Hindi and English. So we can easily use this large language models to provide the solution for the farmers' questions and their queries. And our plan is to start adding more features, not just what was the average price in January or which month has the base prices. All type of analytics can be also asked as a question in voice through AI, and AI will reply back in the same language in audio format so they can have a conversation. And we want to add more of those things, and we also want to integrate this particular solution into the private organization so we can also start delivering their own knowledge base.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Overall problem from data curation to data activation to model building and fine tuning to application inference ending and application is various use cases like credit co-pilot, equity co-pilot, in generation of automated reports. We also work with a lot of social impact companies in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure, key names in India as well as abroad. One of a very large fashion brand store which has 200 retail outlets and them to talk to the clients, learn from that. So intent was to create a growth platform having the same kind of content that is being talked about with respect to the clients and customers. One of the use cases that we have solved for another company is in terms of credit lending. But it gives question and answers. Loan can be enabled for this SME consumer loan on any other enterprise. So growing our customer base in India across sectors from financial services, e-commerce. Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine. All the best.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Shrey Sharma, he himself is an industry veteran, so he's been working in the Silicon Valley for 6 years. Then in 2019, he came back to India, inspired by the Make in India program, and we started off with Newsera in 2019. In 2022 November, we launched the application. So it's an AI verified news application basically. So all the news that gets published on our application is verified by the AI algorithms that we've set. So we've built our own LLM models that do all of these processes. Moving forward with this generation, because the kind of lifestyle we are living, nobody has the time to go through long articles, and we prefer having engaging videos. So that is how, and that is the reason why we've actually built up the application, wherein the informative content or the news comes either in the bite-sized information or as video formats. So it's fun, factual, and engaging for the audience. It's a B2C. There's no fake or deep fake news information that they're actually going to adapt.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
So NetWeb is a 25-year-old company, and we are basically solutions, and we make AI infrastructure. Recently, we did a project for Government of India also, where we do that. Who are training their model using this infrastructure. So that is there. We as a company, we do have a whole gamut of product, right from a very small workstation to the entire journey of private cloud, or getting the entire infrastructure for AI and other stuff, to a very high-end solution. So we deliver the entire stuff there. Yeah.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
Hi.
We have MyStartuptv about
Right. So NetWeb is we make AI infrastructure solutions. We are into solutions like supercomputing. We also do private cloud, and also take to the entire cloud journey basically. So we do the entire gamut of a whole lot of things. Recently, we did a project for Government of India also, which is a Government of India's AI infrastructure, where we do that is particularly India's fastest supercomputer right now, and it is also 75th fastest supercomputer in the world. We delivered this, and a lot of companies, lot of models are getting trained here. I guess government is also going to talk about, and startup I know who are training their model using this product, right from a very small workstation to the entire journey of private cloud or getting the entire infrastructure for AI and other stuff to a very high-end solution. So we deliver the entire stuff there. Yeah.
You'd like to see, and especially the talent which works.
Right. So the advantage of AI, we are talking about AI, and learning market is no more slowing down. I see that accelerating further. After the learning market, we do have the inferencing market, and then there is a bots which are coming up, more intelligent chat bots. The kind of opportunity is also there, and I see a lot of startups picking up those opportunities and trying to come with the products and solutions. There are real life cases and problems which are there which AI can solve. They are trying to address some of them. I'm sure this is growing, and they are going to have a lot of advantages as soon as there amount of talent out there, a little bit of directions and other stuff we need to finalize as they go. But that shouldn't be a problem. I think eventually they will find their way out.
Thank you, Lodha, for your time. Mr. Lodha, for your time, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Kannada, Marathi, and in India 90% of people are not good at English in terms of reading, writing and understanding, but 90% of all of the content that are available on the general medium, like you're reading a newspaper or you're doing web browsing or you're reading word, you tap on that word, you will get a visual meaning. So this is the publisher or content creator or about this AI opportunity that I'm right now over here, because in India AI community is growing, and with the help of AI we can solve a lot of, become a thriving economy and ecosystem with this opportunity that is being created in AI.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
MSense is providing automated quality inspection in manufacturing using its AI-powered digital eyes and digital ears. If you really want to coding their eyes, that's what we can automate using our digital eyes. And digital ears is more for inspection by listening to sound. So whatever humans are using their ears for doing any quality inspection by listening to sound, we can actually do that automation. Right now we are very much focused on the winners of innovation challenges from Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, Renault, Nissan, and in fact our product was adjudged as a best quality solution award by Honda two-wheelers. Right? We are very unique in terms of providing our digital ES product. Nobody is there having the production ready deployments by doing inspection using sound. We started, if you really look at the overall inspection market, it is growing at 8%. See, as of today, we are bootstrapped. We started, as I said, we are 5 years old company. We are bootstrapped. We are surviving on the revenue. 2 years time, we want to go. We would like to. Yeah, thanks.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
We are based out of Gurgaon, and we is a startup, 7-year startup, and we have grown from very small ideation to as providers and across the pharmaceutical. How we can enable them in the digitization platform, and what is the way to improve the patient outcome, patient journey. Like for example, with the latest technology, digitization and AI-enabled technology, how the ecosystem, the patient journey can be enabled, on the disease management program. There are a lot of disease management programs are there. How we can engage the audience, how we can improve their performance, and for a particular provider, how we improve their efficiencies. Like using AI-enabled technology, which will nudge the automated ways to different patient. And I want to cover the entire journey. We will nudge them, or will send a reminder or ways that you have something which is planned. We have getting from all the hospitals or all the different providers.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.
We are cured out shortage of radiologists across. Clinicians get reports within 30 seconds. What usually would take 3 days for a radiology center to read, come back with the report, will just be done in 30 seconds. So a patient can be treated within, the treatment can start on the same day. So that's how it's reducing the turnaround time. Will be aware that they have tuberculosis. Working on lung health, stroke, fractures, other areas, and we are expanding. The aim is to basically make healthcare accessible and affordable across the world. We are already present in 85 plus countries, and we are trained on a huge data set on 1 billion plus images. So the future is headed towards complementing what clinicians are doing. There's a lot of workload on them already. So this is to assist them and make healthcare more. Others don't. I will just say at this point of time that it's not something to be afraid of, but to have more set rules, security concerns around it in terms of policy solved. And I think from there it can move in a positive direction. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
Problem statement that we are trying to solve here is like we have seen there is a lot of digitalization is going on everywhere, and we have seen so many cyber attacks are happening on a day-to-day basis. There are multiple frauds are happening, and the hackers are able to exploit those applications and APIs in a very easy format to exploit. And we are getting like so many updates to keep ourselves more secure from there in the market. First of all, there is no Make in India product in this segment. We have been competing with the companies coming from US and Israel, and they are mainly focusing on the detection. We go to the developers because they are the only ones who will going to find and fix the vulnerabilities and in those applications and API, the developers on that side. So once these, and then we help the teams to fix those particular flaws automatically, be implemented by the design, and this is the focus where we are coming with this product, and we are implementing it throughout the design itself. So you don't need to wait for this will going to affect if there is any kind of a doubt directly to your pipelines, and that way you can. So this is the complete the homegrown solution, and we are trying to solve this problem in a more robust way. So we are well being recognized by the IIT campus in positioning our product to the global market, and we are being able to do it. And so the thing that we are trying to come up in the upcoming months is like we will be adding some more capability to our product, and that's where we will be increasing its robustness and trying to the vision is to make ourselves a global leader in this domain, not only serve grab like LAC countries and from European countries. And this is where we were able to make the change and show the teams like this is something very unique in the approach in identification, and same goes for the fixing of the vulnerabilities. So this is all about us. Like if you want to try our product, you can come to our website www.secureorganic.com. You can sign up there and you can get a 14 days of a free trial to explore this product and give it a try to your organization and see how it can help you to minimize the gaps in a more proactive way and more faster than what you have seen in the existing solutions. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
So it will help and identify early diseases which might affect. In this product, there is a dipstick like this, which will be dipped in the urine. This bottom part will be dipped in the urine. As this is a dry chemistry, if any parameter is going out of range, it will identify and mark as abnormalities. We are using AI to just generalize everything, every environmental condition, every phone. So different phone has different sensors, different lighting conditions are there. Right now I am in a place where it's little yellow. At my home it's little dark. At some and generalized way where we can use these colors and identify it and give the more accurate result.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartup TV.
He's a very distinguished educationist and has really brought in good work that was done in the past few years. So good to see you, Professor T.G. Sitaram. After many years, maybe 4 or 5 years, I met now that everyone, we are also came for that, and really used to work in NVIDIA, and we were talking about, look at what is happening to NVIDIA. We're talking of innovation, and look at how it's beaten Intel and everyone. As you know, he used to work for NVIDIA and used to be president South Asia. I see a lot of friends, some new ones, and some I see our friend Mr. Venkat from the Telangana higher education size, right? So we have a culture that only celebrates success. We do not celebrate failure. And I'm not suggesting we celebrate Rahul Gandhi, but on a serious note, we only celebrate success. And I think if we let experimenting, pivoting, orbit changing, whatever you want, they'll eventually get to what they need to. And I'm reminded of a quote from the book, The Last Lecture, where Randy Pausch says that there's nothing called failure. It's all experience. He says, experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. So really, I think at a young level in schools, in families, in homes, in society, we have to let our young adults know that there's nothing called failure. Failure is part of the success equation. It is an experiment. It is that is, the shrinking oceans are making sure large mammals, really, those of you, is not good. So teaching them what sustainability. I just want to say that if we teach children doing this in the era of artificial intelligence, how is it the human skills that were relevant in the 90s, that were relevant in the 20s, that were relevant in the 21st century will be even more relevant. It will tell you about your past behavior, it will rephrase so that you know that there is empathy. He's Zoom. You shouldn't have traveled from Hyderabad, right? But the fact is, we're doing so. I genuinely believe, like, benefit by being balanced about it in education, in learning, and especially in the business world and corporate world, will only enhance what is happening.
So all of us have heard about, let me tell you my own impression of the artificial intelligence in our society. This last year, recently we announced that we will also, monitor the quality of our effectively. I just wanted to tell them AIC is not taking anything. Okay, AICT is not an institution for that. AICT is All India Council for Technical Education, is a standard setting body.
These 3 events have been acting as more of a disruption. But this time, I'll be acting as a spark for all the dignitaries to set the stage on fire. And previously what I have said, it's all scripted, I've written it down, I've memorized it. But this time it'll be more, please excuse the simple language. Right? So in this PPT, I'll be covering certain points, basically ethics in AI, then jobs created due to artificial intelligence, and jobs that cannot be replaced by AI. So next PPT. All right, I've only mentioned 2 of its impacts, which is education and finance. So nowadays in school, every child has a different pace for most of and create courses specialized learning. So create tasks and exams specifically for the child. After that, it's not really alien to us anymore. So in virtual classrooms, it really allows the student to access education. We have language learning apps. So I myself use Duolingo. I'm sure we've all heard of that. And language is a very complex thing. You travel 100 kilometers from somewhere and the language changes, the culture.
Looked at in a new perspective. Again, it's my opinion. The students as well as teachers in terms of knowledge efforts, right? So those are things which are given in that empathy, the focus, and that would continue to be the focus when it comes to education. And again, lot of things around creativity and experiential based learning, right? And there's going to be a shift from how good you are in terms of content knowledge, but there's going to be more focus on application, right? How are you applying the knowledge? Assessment, in my opinion, would soon change from theoretical knowledge assessment. Right? There will be more practical.
India or they may decide to act. So I think bridging the gap of skill and bridging the education gap between rural and urban India, I think it is long way to go. First of all, and I'm sure there are so many professionals sitting here, GPT introduction on LinkedIn. There are now they are posting one article a day. AI has not become intelligent, it will not be so easy. It will take maybe, so we require better models. We require more human-centric models. We require, there is a development happening, we may require more emotional intelligence, gap of education between.
And this is not the first time that we're experiencing a general purpose technology. We've had, technology has stepped in. People always wonder, is going to displace the existing jobs? So chariots, carriages were probably the ones, even if you see the pioneers in this space, SAM jobs. Then the next would be probably the beginning of the white collar jobs, the data entry jobs, and so on and sort of surpasses of any new areas that are required right now. There are multiple new domains that have opened up, which allows people to now sort of upskill themselves and go past what is not many, many years ahead in terms of AI actually making a significant impact. There's a report by McKinsey which says 30% of jobs, by number of jobs will be created. So we really don't have to worry. It's important to not ignore and just be part of the upskilling and going forward with the journey that AI brings forth.
We in Maruti, we are viewing, artificial intelligence, auto AI and auto ML as a world of opportunities for us. And they are the enablers, and we have built it at three-pronged strategy in our organization in terms of, first is creating awareness across Maruti at different levels, persona-wise, starting from blue collar to top. It starts from leaders in enriching their jobs. Evaluating change, not losing the human touch. It's from human resource to humanizing resource. We are working. Scalability. Second is 3E in terms of economy, efficiency and effectiveness process. And next is 3C. And then simultaneously, we are creating an environment for upskilling, reskilling, and also whatever emerging skills are coming. So we are also competencies. We have tied up research and all those aspects, joint research and across India to build, create an curriculum for us, co-design the curriculum, which is the need of the industry. Third is where we are, where we want to be, and what are those tacit skills and engineering skills which need to adopt for futures and keep upgrading them, build versus buy, both aspects. Thank you.
A lot of organizations these days are providing certifications. They have academia programs specifically on AI and Gen AI, get them certified so that they can further go back, train the students on the campus, which goes hand in hand with students directly.
I think you raised a very valid point that we need to upskill. First of all, it all starts with embracing the change. Whenever you want to say upskill or capacity building or leadership, we use it in different contexts. But basically, looking at the different categories of teach from the universities. But you have to really categorize them. What is that basic? It's not that you start a program on AI and then float it and then give it to all. We are looking at core engineering, if you talk about technology. We're looking at specialized emerging areas, and then looking at comment in a lighter vein, if you don't base 60% of my students, and I need to address those issues. I recognize that somebody, our young girl told just some time back, I think she said, 100 kilometers, 200, be saying what happens in Delhi will happen in Hyderabad. So what happens in Odisha will not happen in pace of learning. For example, those who are from rural backgrounds. My university has got 9,000 top minds of the state, if not country. They come from 10th class. Then I have to upskill them in technology. Then I have to upskill them in skills. Then I have to upskill them in placement. And so it's a big, I don't say it's a challenge, and especially people from the training and this thing. So my submission or my conclusion is that it's not a one-shot approach with a single this thing. It has to be studied in detail and rolled out in phases.
I will just give you a small example. It's a coincidence. Yesterday, my daughter was just tried to get some information on rickets, that is a disease, on ChatGPT. And it's because of the vitamin D and all. And she came and told me, Papa, how effortlessly it is coming. Came effortlessly. You are viewing it effortlessly. There are a hell lot of efforts gone inside that. The view, or that is the knowledge what she is going to get. it should be fairness. You have to make user understand whatever the output we will in ChatGPT. Because as a CIO, this is what is the importance I feel.
A curiosity to explore the universe or the world that we see around. Now, at that time when there were no machines, only energy that functioned was human energy. Human had to move their hands, human had to do things. Then machines came. Most of our work was taken over by those machines, but not all. And those machines were partially, as time proceeded, we learned what we have to do and what machines should do for efficiency. Similarly, when this number of machines and AI bots are for survival, AI bots, video bots, machine learning algorithms, and human time will be saved for even more constructive things like research or understanding the outside world in a deeper creativity, which is imaginations, which machines cannot do, including AI ML. And similarly, there'll be more with people, there'll be more connections. When most of our tasks will be, most of the human interactions will be out in the market pretty soon, and then video interfaces are coming, video bots are coming, video avatars are coming, who humans like humans do, is paced in such a way that those milestones will be achieved in a few years, and we'll see a world.
To the users, what they want to share and what they do not. So there should be some sort of setting. Yes, I want to share my name. Maybe I want to share my city. Not more than develop it. So might be mobile application. It's sending only you proceed in terms of how that is going to use your data. So first thing I talked about how. Okay, so sorry, what. So what it is going to store. Second thing we have to keep in mind is where. So where it will store, if it is secure or not. So what data center it is using. It is website installing application. So let's be careful. It's not a shoot. Law case where a law firm, I mean on behalf of users, so they, put a, you can say, case auto mode, okay? So most people use it, okay? Very sites so accepted that those data were somehow exported and sent and you can say sold to third-party advertisement companies, okay? So that is major, you can say, violation in terms of it makes some ethical end-user perspective, because that is organization's responsibility. And also as an individual, we have to be careful how we are accepting those terms and conditions without reading.
Our students who are entering college today to know that. Of course, our friend from Google, etc., from Adobe said that, you know, there are times when you read the end user license agreement before clicking I agree. Only one person, right? How many of us have given our years ago used to find out what is there in your notes and your list? For example, you're looking at Nike shoe and you put it over there, automatically you would get a message from the Nike store over there. So what was happening in the background was this was being analyzed, right? And it was not a real auction, but an AI-based auction through the various stores over there. You were guided to that store saying that, look, this is how you reach that, and automatically your Google map would open up, right? And this was about 4.5 million records using a thing which was PassGen, a password, AI password generator. That was a thunderous thing, but anyway. So what had happened, of course, you'd be surprised to hear that out of this 1.5 million records, in less than were hacked in a day.
Start with the definition of AI. So, I mean, you were just asking, I mean, what is your understanding with AI? So AI is basically not the artificial intelligence, but the intelligence which is artificial. So I would say that, I mean, AI is basically the simulation of human intelligence by the machines. So, I mean, we cannot think of any technology, whether it is good or bad, without the human intervention. So human will also be there, human intervention will also be there, human intelligence will also be there. So the only point is that if we take care of 4 or 5 aspects, 4 or 5 factors, I think it will be beneficial for the Indian economy, the betterment of human life. Because we are industry association and we have specific councils, we have specific team committee on this subject also, and various leading IT companies have been done, and many regulations have been formed, and government is now fine tuning these regulations by the input of various such companies. So I think such companies. So I think government is now the technologies are using policies so that this data can be meant for the so government is making policies for that. Lots of I'm personally handling this education and skilling and reskilling, because that is companies, those who are working in this field, they should design, develop, deploy and use this entire system in a responsible manner. So for that purpose, I think skilling, upskilling and reskilling is definitely, there are specifically designed courses on AI now. We have just listened to AICT chairman also. He has also mentioned that now this course has been introduced in our engineering curriculum also. My son is studying in 9th class, so he also has a subject specifically on AI. We have never seen this, but definitely these technologies need. So these 4-5 vectors where government is closely working.
Organization that is armed forces. You see the topic that of era. Let me tell you, my dear ladies and gentlemen, last 30 years of my life, I have actually breathed this topic, and it would be my pleasure to share few life lessons. And let me transport you a dark, cold, moonless night, date, military airfield. Altitude, 11,000 feet. Rarefied atmosphere. For those who do not know what less, very less, your lungs scream for oxygen. This night, the mercury had dipped down to minus 15 degrees. And when the world was celebrating to usher in the new year, a lone lady officer was supervising her team that was tasked with clearing the snow from the military airstrip. After many hours of relentlessly being on tarmac, motivating her team to work harder, and gave a thumbs up to silently 0430 hours, AN-32 of Indian Air Force takes off from Chandigarh Military Air Base to land smoothly at Leh Military Airfield. So as the first lady officer in high altitude and extreme cold climate area.
So next generation incubators, accelerators, and how we create the new entrepreneurs in this disruptive era. So that is all over the globe, particularly in every nook and corner of this country. I don't think any country anywhere in the world can have that kind of infrastructure. The kind of digital payment mechanism, the infrastructure through Aadhaar and the India stack and all that, that also India is #1 at this point of time in the world, already created by central government and also various state governments. Now actually manufacturing all the coffee and tea vending machines, and with our own indigenous technology. Like whenever I come to Delhi, whenever I ask filter coffee, whenever I come to, and these machines are getting deployed, not only coffee, tea vending machines and all that, and he's going to export these machines, and he's a very young gentleman in the morning that this is the India wave.
I'll incubators and accelerators and growth. Incubators and accelerators in India have come at a stage. We have from the likes of T-Hub and Mr. Chaudhary also sitting here. It is for the very first time in the history of the evolution of incubators and accelerators from India, the private parties coming to play in terms of the larger funds who are opening their early stage. Big move for the Indian startup ecosystem, because incubators and accelerators are something up level, and because we do handle a lot of incubators and accelerators, and we understand that sometimes they tend to ignore this very important aspect, but in the longer run, it's how they want to grow going forward. And just to add to this and to conclude, I'd just like to bring forth this data.
So I think you'll see a lot, right? So I think you'll start to see more and more focus on virtual incubation, right? And obviously that has tremendous advantages because geography is no longer, a limitation. And today, for example, like Dr. Chaudhary was saying, for example, mentors could be anywhere in the globe, right? We could start to become more and more critical. One. Second, I think, is new models, right? So I think one of the things in India today is we have 700 plus incubators coming up.
The student is the school, they apply tech. They may not know, for example, when I did acceleration, mostly on two parts. One, a little bit about AI, but then more importantly, how do we want to engage with colleges, universities? Largely, this is aimed at higher ed. And in the process, how do we engage with companies who want to work with these colleges or universities?
Imagine 570 million people on social media, seeing 1.4 million engineers on them. The digital payments that India is making, 350 million transactions happening on digital payments. English-speaking population in Asia is allowed to say so, right? So, land of opportunities. What I'm saying is, biggest economy in the next 5-7 years. We are talking about 2050. I think India will be
There no early intervention, while some companies have started doing it. Why don't you say probably go and talk during their freshering colleges today? Probably about 60-70% of them would be engineers because of peer pressure. Classmates would be engineers, their parents would have pushed in.
Hi, I represent Tata Group of companies. I am also part of what I feel it is they can visit the corporates and understand the skill set required, because what skill set I require in my team today, it is not necessary it is required to. Is it reviewed every year?
Target to recruit 300 freshers for the coming year in 2024. In 2025, in case if you guys will be able to help us out into this sort.
I think, Shastri sir, I'll take that. I think there are some interested sharks in here who are sitting who will definitely catch you immediately after this to take it up from there.
I am looking for a kind of ecosystem.
Sir, you raised in a proper platform. We are there, sir. Your answer is done.
So you make that happen.
projects and communities at BW Business World and BW CFO World.